I'll show you something, right? I'm sure you're well read, man, I can tell. But this is the Bible, right? The Bible that they give us and push on us everywhere. Let's look at this.
Christians are the ones pushing the Bible on people?
Are you sure about that?
Doesn't the Quran teach that when Islam becomes strong in a particular area that non-believers either have to convert or pay off protection money like they're paying off the mafia?
But publicly, Islam rules. If they refuse, then we have to fight. And if we fight you, then we capture you, you become our slaves, and we take your land, and you take because you refuse, I give you two good options.
Solomon had 40,000 stalls of horses for his chariots and 12,000 horsemen. Solomon had 4,000 stalls of horses and chariots and 12,000 horsemen. You see what I'm saying?
Oh no! There's an extra zero in the Bible.
Oh no! Anyway.
This is most likely a simple copyist error. The ratio of 4,000 horses to 1,400 chariots as found in the 2nd Chronicles passage makes a lot more sense compared to a ratio of 40,000 to 1,400 found in the 1 Kings text. That would be quite a few extra ponies per chariot. In the Hebrew language, the visual difference between the two numbers is very slight, and the manuscripts from which the scribe worked from may have been smudged or damaged and have given the appearance of being 40,000 rather than 4,000. As I've said in previous videos, unlike our Muslim friends, we do not believe that the Bible was literally dictated by God himself. That's not how we think inspiration works. And even if there was a missing digit in the Bible, the central claims of Christianity would still be true.
You know how those corruptions happen? Is because man edited and revised and changed. And that's why the Catholic Bible has a different number of books, has more books than the Protestant. Which one is the true Bible?
Wow, that just doesn't follow at all. Just because a copyist made a good faith error doesn't mean that the scribes felt free to just completely pervert the text. Nor does it follow that because there are a few copyist errors that we can't know what the text originally said. Nor does it at all follow that just because there were some books that were canonized during the time of the Reformation, that the central claims of Christianity aren't true. Protestants and Catholics agree which books belong in the New Testament. The debate over the deuterocanonical Old Testament books is definitely an interesting topic, but it takes a back seat to the deity and resurrection of Jesus. All Christian believers agree on those two fundamental truths.
Challenge every Christian, Jew, Protestant, Catholic, find us one contradiction. I'll show you 100 right now. I got a mark. You see all these little tabs? Show me one in the Quran. They can't show us one.
Over 100 contradictions.
Doubt.
If I were a gambling man, I would bet that the contradictions that he has bookmarked are mostly generated by incomplete quotations, prejudicial and ridiculous readings and translations, arguments from silence, and completely trivial variations like the one we've just seen. I'd also bet that at best he might be able to come up with a dozen or so that deserve and have received some scholarly treatment. But even if we were to simply label all of those as errors for the sake of argument, a small handful of errors wouldn't completely impugn the basic historical integrity of the narratives. Weighed in the balance against the positive evidence that we do have, they don't amount to much. See my playlist on the reliability of the Gospels and Acts for more. Just because you can claim that the Quran doesn't have any contradictions, that doesn't by itself make it a revelation from God. There are all kinds of textual issues with the Quran. See my recent interview with Reasoned Answers for more on that. This so-called Bible contradiction is much ado about zero.
It's nothing!